Hello guys, welcome back to Let's Play Machine for Pigs. Moving on, we're gonna descend. There's a section in the gate here missing, so we're gonna take that ladder down. Poop here. This is where I fell down originally. There's the door here. I'll show those for a second. I just want to make sure there's no... I guess if there were notes down here, the paperwork can survive. Well, look at all these tiny boxes. All these shelves and such, and not one note for me to grab. Alright, moving on. They pulled the child loose from the thresher, at least that's what was left. More where that came from, said the foreman, apologizing for the inconvenience. Curled into my bunk, all sick and sweat-ridden, they cleaned my room about me, but I can only hear the voice from within the gentlest of stones. It sings to me, and I dream of a great machine. We will build a new world from the ruins of the old. We will plant flowers in the rotten ribcage and let them grow to hold the sky from falling. I remember how it whispered to me as we rolled sick and heaving. I remember when we pulled into Southampton, and we both wept, for it was every bit as much of a desecration as it had sung to me. Then we came to London, and I set it upon the mantelpiece, went to the house, and gathered the servants, and sat on the recrafting them. Then I went into the garden, buried those tiny shattered skulls under the weeping bulges of the rhododendrons. Tiny shattered skulls of your children? And when they first said Daddy, my heart was molten, as if blood froze upon the ground were held to the sun to thaw and slop. They were inseparable, always together, one soul in two bodies. My love was all-consuming. I would die for you, I whispered to their sleeping faces. I would kill. I would set this world to ruin to protect you. I have fought through dark tunnels, great engines, the foulest of beasts. I have set my covenant and drained this flood. I am come for you now, my darling boys. Oh, this is deep.
Then to London, and you set me upon a mantelpiece, and then you went into the house and gathered the servants, and reset you and I on recrafting them, and then you went into the garden and buried those tiny shattered skulls alone.
Is this the stone egg speaking to me?
For your children, Mandus, to spare them the world
orb
you have created. For us all.
The orb that you found in the temple? Like your great uncle Alexander? At least I'm assuming it was Alexander and not Daniel. Some lovely opera music as we descend further into hell.
Oh dear God. Dear Christ, what is this place?
It's the machine, buddy. The question is, do we go up and explore, or do we go to the door? Let's go up and explore.
I tried so hard. I will uphold my promise. I will always protect them for you. My eyes are your eyes. My heart is your heart. I will rip them loose from this rotten world and set them to burn, all to save them.
Alright, so up here is where we're supposed to go. Let's see. I'm assuming that door down there is where I need to go after I pull the levers that were up there. But I would like to make sure. Excuse me. I like to make sure this is the control room.
And they feel no pain. The process is completely humane.
Humane, Professor? That we judge the acceptable level of suffering by the human condition? Ask the beggar, Professor. Ask the orphan. Ask the whore. Ask the starving, Professor. The weak, the sick, the filthy. Ask them to define your humane.
I think I remember somewhere that it said I need to go under the pistons. And these are... Okay, there seems to be a gate over there. Is there a Geiger counter down there telling me how radioactive the compound X is? That's what it sounded like. Okay, so obviously, pardon me, I can scoot these through. Okay. But what does that do for me? I'm assuming... I might have needed... Now to find the ignition controls and start the machine once more. Okay, so the ignition controls are up here.
Quickly, the air is thin. Their little faces turn blue madness. They suffocate, they suffocate.
Daddy!
What's up there? Nothing.
Now, madness. Set them free. Set them all free.
Phew! Bless me. The pigs? Set the pigs free? Is that what I'm doing?
I live. I breathe again. I rise. I will rise to bleach the sky and still the water.
I will spin the world wheel and set the future upon the path to redemption!
Where are my children? You promised me my children!
My time is come!
More pig.
More pig!
Boys. Boys.
Hey.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
Oh. Hello. That's not creepy at all. I know you guys loved me, but you didn't have to rip your heart out of your chest to show me. There are feats of engineering contained herein that would make even those clever fellows at the Institute reel with envy. Mandus, saboteur. I was the saboteur. Where am I? When did I get in here?
And, emerging, I raised my head to an uncaring sun, and I cursed this world of pain and despair. This civilization built on the ricketed bones of the unfortunate, on the greed and swell of mammon and empire. Cradling a stone egg in my jacket, I kissed my children farewell, and I crawled my way home.
So the machine sounds quite similar to Mandus. I wonder if the orb, like, split his personality or something? I'm not chilling, boys. Oof, you dead and bloody. Can a man construct himself anew? Can a man, on realizing who he is, on what he's become, tear himself apart down to the bricks and begin again? Are our souls just this? Tiny cogwheels and clockwork and intricate machines to serve a function that, upon reflection, he might set to a new task? Can a man, defined by his actions, defined by that which he now finds abhorrent, set to sabotaging his body, his machine, till those children of his soul turn in new motion, and he may awake to a new sun, a new year, a new century with hope in his heart? As I reach my hands toward the exposed wires, I ask myself, is this redemption possible for such a creature as I? And if not, then surely better to die amongst my creations than to continue to live as a monster. So many piggy masks. I can't look at my notes now, Amandus. So it is done. The saboteur was me, and the voice on the telephone was him. But what of us? How do we connect? Surely I cannot be responsible for all I see about me. I cannot remember. All I can grasp is a moment when the world split into two pieces, and the innards of humanity fell from an orifice turned agape into my open, bifurcated heart. I need to lower steam pressure, apparently.
Where are they? Where are my children?
Why do you ask, Mandus? You know the answer well enough.
Children really are the most wonderfully useful creatures. The unfortunates from the orphanage have proved indispensable in cleaning the larger steam pipes. It appears that matter from the slaughtering process may indeed vaporize at source, but drifts like dust through the air and lodges in the pipes, causing them to foul. Periodically, we shut the pressure down and send one of our pixies into the pipes to scrub the reconstituted fat away. Armed with just a shortened broom, our little explorers ventured into the dark. Of course, we can only keep the pressure down for a short period, so they must be fast or they risk being trapped and boiled by the superheated vapors when they rush back into the system. Then we will be sending the comrades in after them to scrape free of the cooling mess. The survivors tell me you can reach all manner of places within the complex through the pipes. I smile, I tell them I'm so proud. And then feed them to the pigs. What about these? push these.
What are you doing, little piggy? Do you think I will allow you to sabotage me again?
I want my children, you unholy bastard!
You children be dead, buddy boy. I'm pretty sure you killed them, for the orb. Oh, was there a note there, or was that? Oh, it's a light. Never mind.
Will it hurt them?
A cleansing fire always burns, little Mandus, but it purifies and it makes anew. Did it hurt to carve out the fevered flesh? Did it hurt to cut free the gangrenous foot? Ask instead this. Can we save them?
When did I say that? That is not me. That is not me!
Can I have my lantern back, please? Mandus? Mandus, I can't see! Mandus, please. There is a spoon of medicine, I says, and it's a silver spoon. What you did get, born holding, ever so painful from Mummy dear, but grasped so hard it was a little screaming red fist. Later you used your spoon to dig a hole in the garden to get all the way to Mexico, and then you did eat worms with your spoon on the way to stay fat. The spoon was the same you gave your twins, then you used it to dig a hole in their clockwork souls, you ate up their hearts like the soup on the way to keep you fat. Fat little mole, where you will dig next, I asks, you and your little silver spoon made from the silver spine of your children, wrapped in the hair of your dearly departed. My dear sweet Jesus, my darling Lilibeth, what have I become? I hear pig. I don't wanna... I can't see. This looks like the place that I avoided the... Seems the pressure system is indeed the Achilles heel of this facility, something I clearly did not realize in my first clumsy attempt at sabotage. If I reroute the steam, I can wreak havoc. If the throes of my evil I sent children into the pipes to clean them, then it seems likely there is another entrance I can use to escape this noxious maelstrom of vengeance. I will ignore the burning in my nostrils from the fumes of that godless Compound X that fuels these machines, and I will become the saboteur. I will destroy the pressure system, enabling me to enter the pipes without fear. Kinda sounds like there's another pig down here, and I don't really want to face it, but some form of steam regulator. If I disable it, the damage caused by the rushing steam pressure could be catastrophic, certainly enough to force a temporary stalling of this entire engine. Should cause the steam pressure to drop. Mandus, you clever old goat, I can feel this horror, this grief, this betrayal boil into fury. I will not stand, I will not be undertrodden. If this machine is my heirloom, I am the overman. So... Oh. Oh, I saw you. I see all of you. got a light attached to your face. Y'all see me, but you can't follow me. Okay. Now quickly through the pipes before the pressure returns and they fill with boiling corrosive steam. I sense the machine snarl itself about me, its unholy inhuman mind coil and slick and send its dark tendrils through its conduits to repair the damage. On return to the streets, I will fetch help. I shall lead the people upon the factory, burn it to the ground, and seal this evil place forever. What is this way? Oh, ow. Okay, so I guess I'll just run one way. This way. Ow, ow, ow. All about me the thunder of machinery, the blast of boiling steam. I cannot pass without fear of scalding. I'm a lobster cracked. My circulation stagnated, my vital motions impeded. The steam will boil my whole insides unless I can find a way to shut it off. Out we go. Ow. There's nothing in here, right? Yeah.
This is your doing, Mandus. This is what you dreamt into being.
I will stop you. I will save them.
You are too late. It begins. My work has begun. Kill them, my piggies! Kill them all!
No. Of course, all the awful. Oh, I'm sorry, I wasn't paying attention. Oops. I hope you all had time to read that one. Sounds like a war zone out here. Look at my piggies go. I mean, the piggies go. It's a war zone out here.
Oh God, no, what have I done?
I've unleashed hell upon all these poor innocent people who had no idea. Silence and hard work are the roads to heaven. That door's locked. This one's open. I gotta go that way, but I feel like there was something over here that I might have missed. There's a naked dead guy because, you know, nothing in this world is allowed to have clothing. I hear the pigs.
Madness! I know you are out here. I own this city. I am this city.
No! This is not what I meant! This is not what I meant at all!
did you mean then, dear Mendes? Here's a note. No one misses the poor. Round up some orphans and the world will thank you for it. Disappear a whore and a gentleman applauds you. Call a beggar and a lady walks safely again. I hate them. I hate them more than any of the others. This privilege, this pretension, these so-called leaders, these pillars of society, these rich and fanciful. They wear their filth on the inside, but they are no less dirty. I have plans for them all. We will feed them. We will feed from them.
Redemption is at hand. Enter the cleansing and set your souls free. For you are born into filth and will die as pigs. Only through my redemption can you ascend to the skies and claim the heavens as your kingdom. Fall on your knees. Ashes, ashes, bones.
Oh my, there's so many different ways to go.
Will reach critical, and we can have such a burning that this city will shine as a beacon.
Do I go in the basement or do I go that way? Let's check. God forgive me, what have I unleashed? I stand and smell the burning city. I see ash upon the wind. I hear the roars of the sickening beasts and the screams as they fall upon the city and drag its people far below for the slaughter. I begin to understand what the other composite ingredient of Compound X must be, and I also understand this. It is my responsibility now. I must find a way back to the heart of the machine. This is where I need to go. So I want to go check out what was over here. I'm sorry, lady. Note. We have set aside an entire wing of the mansion for their parties. We invite them from near and far, and we guzzle them in with fine wine and the finest cuts in all of London. My God, Mandus, but these chops are rather divine. Who is your butcher? Feed them up, for the wine and the grains will also lend a character to the product. Keep the flesh relaxed. Opium in the champagne and gravy. A hog roast every night for the Duke and the Duchess. An actress battered and sliced. An artisan in every mouthful. An importer of fine tea stewed in his own leaves. They bicker and breed under the table by the fireplace, on the carpet stained with wine and fat, whilst long-dead nobles of deformed grace and cold stare watch them from the gilded frames along the crooked walls. We'll hose it down later as we shovel them into the machine. Oh, there's so many pigs. I hear you. There was nothing over here, right? Oh, there's a way there. Nothing in there. I stand and look at myself in the mirror, penis in hand, and my reflection grins at me in his mouth full of the sulphur and mustards. The vain fool, he sneers. Are you really so different? Do you genuinely believe your works of evil are any greater than the rest of them? You are simply a weak man, a product of his age, the same as any other. This is empire, cretin. This is the killing idiocy, the natural result of the social Darwinism. If you are evil, then this world is evil. You just let the blood run in the street rather than hiding in the poorhouse. You hold the blade and slide it home yourself. You do not pay a man to do this where you cannot see it. If you are evil, at least yours is an honest evil, and that alone makes you Ubermensch. And thus I wash my hands and take to bed. Not there. This was the other way, right? Just to make sure. Yes, this was the other direction. There was nothing that way. we're back. And I am all out of time for this part, but in the next part we will go ahead and figure out a way to shut down the machine. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. See you all in the next part. Bye bye.